Hi. Editing time. I don't know how long I'm going to be editing for today because I'm very, very tired. I don't know why energy is depleted these days. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's all the cucumbers and hummus. My lights have turned red. I'm not trying to change my aesthetic. It's just these very cheap LED lights have gone red. So no, I'm not like evil Mel. I just can't change that right now, and to change that it would require me to put in a whole new set of LED lights, which I do have. I just don't want to. Anyways, the hummus of pain and despair, yes. Okay, let me start the music. And I think they can hear you. Sorry. I have my door open because it's such a hot day today. It's 38 degrees Celsius, and Fahrenheit, I believe that's 100 Fahrenheit. It sucks. It sucks ass. Sorry, that was a bit too loud. Okay, open that, and we're in. Okay, let me get the little guys up on screen. Oh god, everything hurts. Gooder. Alright. I don't know how exciting the stream's gonna be, I'm really out of it. But if I can, where's 10 minutes? 10 minutes is here. 10 minutes is fully possible. That's okay, Aaron. I was waiting for someone to send the emote. What am I looking for? Music. Oh my god, I gotta look for music again. Save me. I hate this part. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. I realize it's very late for some of you, and I keep white screen of deathing you. Sorry, I keep flashbanging you guys. Hi. I'm looking for music and I can tell, like, the millisecond it plays, I know that's not what I want. That's why I keep going in and out, in and out, in and out, because I'm going through different songs. No. 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 No, definitely not. No. 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 I'm right, Suresh, they're all such babies. No. No. Perhaps. Alright, you've all been saved, alright? For now. I might not like this though. Never mind, you guys haven't been saved. I didn't like it. Chapter review, I have to prioritize this video. I'm hoping to get this done in 3 to 4 days, and then I'll have enough time to focus on the chapter review. $26. Alabaster is going to be after this video. Alabaster was postponed because it's going to be a very long video and it's going to take me a lot of time, and I wanted to make shorter videos beforehand. Like, I want to break up the arc reviews with some smaller videos in between. Otherwise, I have a constant stream of probably 2 to 3, and I have no doubt I'm going to hit 4-hour videos. I don't like it, I'm sorry. Sorry guys, you're gonna get flashbanged again. They're gonna probably hit 4 hours. At least 3, I think at least 4. I think it's gonna be an absolute a mess, like an organized mess, but oh my god. Alabaster will probably be 3 hours. East Blue was 2 hours 30 minutes. Alabaster is going to be a lot longer than that because I have Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, Drum Island, no, Little Garden, Drum Island, Alabaster to talk about. Right, Thrash? Exactly. Exactly. Loving Elbaf so far. Loving it. Plur! What even is that sound? I hear it all the time now. And I don't know what that sound is or where it comes from, but it makes me laugh. Plur! Guy with Three Eyes. That will be for a future arc to cover. So I don't tend to touch future arcs in my arc videos. In fact, I haven't from my recollection. I talked a little bit about like East Blue, but I didn't go into the further future for East Blue. I'm only analyzing the arcs for the arcs. So if an arc changes the perspective of a past arc, that's for that arc to talk about. Do you know what I mean? So then I can say, and this arc does a great job at changing around the previous arc when we previously thought it was about these themes, or we previously thought it was like this and this, but it's additionally also on this, you know what I mean? Like, for the Baratier, I didn't mention anything about Whole Cake Island, or I barely think I think I barely said anything about Whole Cake Island. So, if an arc changes something, or realigns something in a previous arc, that'll be to talk about in that arc video, because I'm only looking at them for where they're at, not what they will like do for the future. Do you know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean? Not how they'll be re-established in the future. Oh, oops. Oopsie poopsie. Hi, Bobbing. Bobbing is on her way. Hello. What? Mr. President, Bobbing has hit MelonTee's room. Oh yeah, Oda's always been cheesy. Oda's always been cheesy. Amnesia, evil twin, long lost siblings, prince from a far away land, runaway prince from a far away land. He's always been cheesy. This is why I just have to laugh when people complain about One Piece's cheesiness, because it's always been cheesy. You know that from the first freaking chapter that he's cheesy. Like, he's cheesy as hell. I love the cheese. No, I love it. I think I've talked about this. I used to think, oh, bleh, cheese bad, bleh. But then I read One Piece and I was like, actually, you know what? There's benefit to cheese. Cheese does make a person happy sometimes. It's me! Fuck, I feel like I should edit that. So if you dare to find me, look to the western sky. I still think about when I watched that with my friend, like in the movies, and after Elphaba's first song, and she was like, oh god, she's got beautiful vocals, and I just said I could sing like that. I can do that, and it just hit me. That's the plan. Mog, is that how I say your name? That's the plan. Bobbing! Mwah. Let me move things for you, Bob. She is a regular-sized cat. You are regular-sized bobbing, eh? Regular-sized bobbing. That was the Mecha movie. Whatever that movie was, but that was the one where, yeah, he was fighting that one guy and Robin was about to intervene and Sanji went. I do remember that. I remember thinking, what a fucking, like, show off, you know what I mean? He thought he was so cool. So cool when he did that. Every time he says shit or does shit that's like cheesy, like the... What is it? God makes food, but the devil makes spices, or whatever the fuck that thing he said is. And then he's like, I guess I was too spicy. He's such a fucking cheese, like, cheese factory. Choice. Hi, Bowser. Yep, if I've read and streamed 1137, you are all okay to go and start talking about the chapter. The rule is, if I have streamed the chapter reaction, after that, that's the go-ahead. You can start talking about it. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I think, Guy with Three Eyes, respectfully, I think it's stupid. Because male boa looks like Law. Respectfully, that's just Oda's art style. Like, it's just Oda's art style. I don't think that has anything to do with any kind of genetics. I think it's an incredible reach, because it's like, they can say that, but then it's like, but then male boa looks like Law. Femme Sanji looks like Nami. So fucking what, you know? So what? I think it's just an incredible reach. Like, I think people want to know who Bonnie's, like, blood dad is, and I personally don't think it's gonna matter at all. Because, again, she was a slave child, which is fucked. Why would her bio dad matter? All we need to know is it was a celestial dragon that was disgusting to Ginny. Ginny, sorry. So why does it care? Like, so why does it matter? It just doesn't matter. We have all we need to know about that. Like, the thing that gets me is Figureland. So St. Garling already has 2 kids. We can assume Shanks is a twin. Also, my clone theory has been thrown out the window with that. So isn't that interesting? But we can assume Shanks is a twin, right? And Shanks's brother is Shamrock, therefore his blood papa is St. Garling. Already St. Garling has a fucking long lost son, which is Shanks. What would adding Bonnie onto that do? Like, oh fuck, he's got another one. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I can't exactly see where Oda would be going with that. Right, finding the missing mum and dad. I've been saying for eons. I don't think, like, Zoro's parents as well, they were really obsessed. Nami's, oh my god, they're so obsessed with Nami's. It drives me nuts. It drives me insane. And I keep telling people, why would it matter for Nami? At all. She was found as an infant child by Bellemere. She literally could not give a shit about her blood parents. Because why would she care? Because there are so many people that are super convinced that she came from, like, a kingdom. But she was on a random island in the east, and it seems she was amongst, like, a very common-looking area. And it's like, again, I'm telling you, this is the Whole Cake Island effect. I'm telling you, Sanji got this story, and other people want other Straw Hats to have, for some reason, that same story. And it's like, respectfully, I don't think that's happening again. Like, I don't think it's happening again. The reason Sanji got that story is because he was a fucking 10-year-old child that was in the East Blue by himself, and he was from the North, and that was weird. Nami's, we know her whole story since her childhood. And I also don't like it because so many people are saying that, like, well, Nami must get her skills from somewhere. So they're assuming it's like a blood thing, and like, her parents were like navigational wizards or something, and it's like like, that really peeves me because she worked hard for her skills. She studied. she had a passion, and I really hate that, because it's like, why can't Nami just be intelligent? Why can't she just have worked hard? Why does she need some special blood for her to be a good navigator? It's super weird to me. And again, it's giving, because we found out Zoro has like Druma, Master Swordsman blood, or whatever the fuck, which was in the SBS. We find out Luffy's dad and grandpa, one is a revolutionary, one is a like marine admiral. And then we find out Sanji's biological family are all fucked, and that's where he's gotten a lot of like his power from. I feel like they're all looking at Nami and saying, well, she can't just be intelligent. I feel like it's a compensation thing. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, oh, that woman of the crew? Nah. She's not allowed to just be smart. That must come from somewhere. You know what I mean? I never like it. I never like that. Because, it just peeves me so goddamn bad, because it's like, why can't she just have worked hard? Like, it just feels like people just don't like that Nami just worked hard. Anyways. But yeah, if I have to see that freaking, oh, Nami's got like a second back, her parents, they matter thing one more time, it's gonna drive me nuts. Because it's like, okay, even if Oda did include them in the story and they mattered to some extent, again, Nami wouldn't give a shit. She wouldn't care. Her mother is Bellamere. Her sister is Nojiko. She's just not gonna give a shit. Also, Metsuyoku, I agree with Ab. Sorry, I don't know how to say your full name. I agree. I think... I don't want to poke bears, but I think if you don't like One Piece 300 episodes in, because then what? You've gotten to Enies Lobby 300 episodes in, Water 7. So you hated everything at the start, and then you get to the most shonen One Piece arc ever, and then you start liking it. Respectfully, I think that's a bit of a red flag. Respectfully, I think that's a bit of a... Fuck all the other themes of happiness and love and family and Luffy creating this crew from the beginning. Let's get to the shonen part! Like, I don't like that. I agree. I'm not poking bears, I'm not naming names. Someone in the chat can say it. Look, I'm scared. I'm scared of the fan base around that. I've been told that it's intense. I've been told it's intense! I'm terrified. Even just doing this here, I think I'm at risk. I'm at risk of being mobbed because I'm like, that's a bit cheesy. Till Jaya Yoku, yeah, but that's okay. But I said to Enies Lobby, I said if you've gotten to Enies Lobby and then you think it's good, I think that's a red flag. Because again, it is the most shonen arc ever. I respectfully, I'm sorry. I just don't like that. Like, I just don't like that. Also, Yoku, that's crazy that you stuck that out. I would have given up by the time, if I didn't like it by after Nami's story, I would have given up. I don't know, all I know is the way those people watch One Piece and think of One Piece, I don't watch it and view it the same as them, and I know this. Like, I know this, and then it can be frustrating to talk to because I'm watching and reading this series for a totally different reason they are. And it feels like... It just feels like you're talking in two different languages. What am I looking for here? Nami is good at sensing the weather because she has studied. It's in the same way that Zoro has studied the blade. Zoro has a good instinct and you can train instinct. Did you know that? Nami sensing the weather isn't some fucking witch magic. It's simply because she knows weather. She could feel a cold spell on her skin, and she knew that meant a storm was coming in from somewhere. She is just incredibly intelligent and incredibly intuitive when it comes to weather. Like, that's not magic. We are shown it's not magic. Vivi is just shocked at how good of a navigator Nami is. She didn't say, whoa! She must be a witch! She must have like a magic blood. She just went, wow! Nami is an incredibly capable navigator. Because she uses her body to feel the weather. You can literally feel, like you can train yourself to do that. You can train yourself to feel there's a cool breeze coming in from this side. Something's probably happening over there. Like, it's not magic. It's not magic. Yes, anime puts it up to the extremes. But it's not fucking witchcraft. Like, Sanji sniffing the cake in Whole Cake Island and knowing all of the ingredients just from smelling the cake. I don't see anyone saying that's like, whoa, that must be in his blood, you know what I mean? And that was ridiculous. You can't usually get all the ingredients just from sniffing something, especially as huge as that cake. Like, and no one was like, oh my god, it's witchcraft. Nami's the only one that gets this. She's the only one that gets this. Huh! Huh! Oh, where'd he go? Again, it just doesn't feel right to me. Oh, she must have special blood. No. She is just incredibly intelligent and she worked hard for what she has. He fucking sniped because his dad left him. Oh my god, stop. Bit too much, I think. Very nice. Why do I look like a fool though if it is, turns out Nami is like special because of her blood, but I just don't think Oda will do that. Because again, she was an infant child and we saw she just studied incredibly hard to be the navigator that she is. I don't know why Oda would take that all away from her and be like, actually, the parents she never met and never knew she had, it was them. It was their blood. Like, no. One Piece is quite literally about working for what you have, which is why I believe Luffy's Devil Fruit, he is not the chosen one. I believe it's fully going to be anyone can unlock that power. Luffy just had the will to be able to unlock that power. I don't know why he'd store all the freedom in the Luffy. No one else gets it. I went the wrong way. Whoops. No idea what Shamrock requested. Absolutely no idea. When it comes to that kind of stuff, no clue. I'm just waiting. I don't want to look a fool. Luffy's not the chosen one. Luffy's simply the protagonist. That's a very different thing. Chosen one means it's their destiny to set out on this, like, adventure. Protagonist is we are just following this person's story. Luffy's not the chosen one. I'm pretty well convinced it's just he has the willpower Well, that's what I mean. Like, I fully believe that that fruit, the Nika fruit, has been eaten by many people, many people before, and tons of them couldn't unlock it. We only have 3 Nikas in history. We have the original Nika, and then we have Joy Boy, now we have Luffy. That tells me this fruit has been around for a very goddamn long time, and only 3 people in history have been able to unlock it, and I don't think that has anything to do with being chosen. I think it has everything to do with the fact that other people have eaten this fruit. They didn't have that same willpower. They didn't have that same push and drive in the same way the original Nika did, Joy Boy did, and Luffy. I don't think it's that he's the chosen one at all. I believe fully it's just because Luffy has an ambition unlike anything else. Right? I just think his ambition is crazy. But anyway, now that there's an evil Shanks, by the way, which is, Shamrock, now I'm, like, looking back on Shanks with that devil fruit, and I'm laughing, because I'm like, maybe that really was an accident. Maybe that really was an accident. Because I don't think he was planning to feed that fruit to anyone. I think he just wanted to keep it away from the world government. Who knows, maybe he wanted to eat that fruit when he thought the time was right. But, because there's a theory that he did it to, like, go feed Ace the fruit, and that makes no sense. He didn't even know Ace existed. Hi, Kev. He didn't even know Roger had a son. No one did. Except for Garp and Sengoku. He had no idea Ace was there. Also, when Ace was like, I'm Luffy's brother, Shanks went, whoa, I didn't know Luffy had a brother. If he knew Ace was fucking Roger's son, he would have been thinking, huh? Wait, so Roger had 2 kids? Because no one knew that they weren't blood related until Sengoku yelled that out. It'd be funny if he did want to give it to Buggy. That would actually be hilarious. The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. I don't know what that means for Shamrock. Also, hi Og. Hi Og, what are your thoughts? Maybe he wanted to give it to Buggy. And say to Buggy, here, you sell this one. Because you wanted to sell the one that I accidentally made you eat. Og, it's not Doffy and Corazon's plotline. We know that Shanks was found as a baby in a chest. It can't be Corazon and Doffy's plotline, because Corazon and Doffy's plotline was they grew up together, they knew each other, and Corazon watched his own brother turn into a monster. Or he thought his own brother was a monster. Shanks probably has no fucking idea this guy exists. Like, probably, I don't actually know. But we know that Shanks was found as a baby in a chest, so there's absolutely no correlation between Doffy and Corazon there. I don't think there's anything there, because I don't know how. Oh. Well, going into the themes of nature versus nurture, it did do that with Corazon and Doffy, but the issue is they were both raised in the Holy Lands. Now we have 2 brothers, one of them was not raised in the Holy Lands, right? And I think that's a lot more interesting, because now, what if it is possible that Shamrock does have some good in him? You know what I mean? I don't know. But, like, is that what Oda's gonna say? That there's an inherent evil, but in the same extent, there can also be an inherent good in people. And I'm not saying Shamrock needs... I just met the guy. I'm not saying he needs a redemption arc. I am saying, wouldn't that be a very Oda thing to say? Instead of there's an inherent evil in some people, it's there can and will be an inherent good in people too. But I don't know. But respectfully, Og, and I say this with all love in my heart, I think you might be... like, I think he might be a bit too scared because there's no way he's retouching on Doffy Corazon. He can't. He physically can't because their stories are not at all the same. So I think you should be a lot more optimistic about it because I don't see at all how Oda can retouch on that when these two have nothing to do like with how Doffy and Corazon's story played out. You know? At least that's what I think anyways. I haven't even met yet. Shamrock Bonniefather is stupid. I'm sorry, it's dumb. Guys, I don't think Bonnie's father matters. I just don't think it matters. I don't know why people are so obsessed with that. Because so many people are like, oh my god, Bonnie looks like Shanks when she was a man. And I said this, Boa looks like Law as a man. Nami and Sanji looks like Nami when he's a woman. I think that's just Oda's art style. I don't think it means anything. I don't think it means anything. I think, listen, arguments can be made, I suppose, but I think that is a stupid argument. I think it's a stupid argument because I'm like, all of these characters look like someone. It's the fucking art style. I don't think it has anything to do with anyone. Anyways, I think that's dumb. Respectfully, I just think that's a bit dumb. And I really do not think that Bonnie's father is going to matter at all. The only thing we needed to know was Ginny was experimented on. She had horrors happen to her as a slave. She was cast out with Bonnie in her arms. All we needed to know was that she was one of how many wives of this celestial dragon and that Bonnie came from, like, the Holy Lands as a slave baby. I don't think we need to know who that was. Like, I just don't. I don't know why that's relevant at all to Bonnie's story. Because we have everything we need, you know? We don't even know if the Holy... Like, I know this sounds weird. We don't even know if the Holy Knights can own slaves. Because they're not celestial dragons. They're Holy Knights. You can read that, can you? It is. Oh my god, I love Vinny. Why no work? I thought the Holy Knights were essentially the Celestial Dragon's personalized military. So they have the Marines, who they have, you know, contracts with, that's very clear, because the World Government and the Marines, they are one of one. Like, the Marines work for the World Government. They are under the World Government. They can't do anything, or nearly can't do anything, outside of the jurisdiction of the World Government. And then they have the Holy Knights, who are the Celestial Dragon's personalized military. So my thought was, I wasn't even sure that the Holy Knights could even own slaves, because they seem to obviously work for someone. tells me Shanks is canonically inbred. Can I post that? Oh. So that's what's wrong with him. Yeah, what is it, Bobby? Oh my god, Shanks. I literally said in my previous tier list video with Sarah that Shanks looks like a pug. Oh my god, I am Oda. I am Oda. True, it's true, Salem. Handsome is subjective. Bertha, yeah, Thrash explained. So, royal family things, Bertha. Shanks and Doffy cousins. Ugh! Wait, you might be right though. At this point, all the celestial dragons would be related to each other. They'd have to be. Like, it's not possible for them not to be. The world government's been functioning for far too long for them not to be. Oh my god, Shamrock is so hot! This is what I was missing. I feel so validated because I never understood the Shanks hype. I just never did. I'm sorry, he was never that attractive to me. I don't know, I just never got it. And now I'm seeing Shamrock and I'm like, it's because of his fucking drip. His drip is ass. His style is ass. If he just showered, grew his hair out, I'd love him so much more. Yeah, Shamrock's also inbred. They're all inbred, all of them. Your pants suck. What? I hope when people know, when I say Shanks is a bum, by the way, I'm not saying this in the power scaling way of like, I think he's weak. I'm sure you guys know. I'm saying it in the way as he's literally a bum. Like, alcoholic, wearing rags bum. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean it in the, oh, he's weak and he's pathetic. He's just a bum. Like, he is. Rayleigh's different. Rayleigh had his heart broken. Rayleigh is a widow. A widow that can't get her life together after losing her soulmate. What the fuck does Shanks say? Like, Buggy's doing fucking fine. What is Shanks' excuse? He's a bum. He's a bum and a coward. Rayleigh does not deserve this. All all I'm saying is Shanks didn't chase after Buggy. When you have someone say to you, oh my god, you're a coward, I can't believe this, I put everything on you, I trusted you, blah blah blah, and they run, you know what you need to do? You need to run after them. It's a romance scene. It's a... in the rain as well. That's so Pride and Prejudice. But he didn't. He stood there. And Buggy was right. Respectfully, Buggy's right. He's a coward. He couldn't even go after Buggy. Buggy is his One Piece. He let it go. He let it run into the distance. He fucked up. Buggy was correct for that. Right? Buggy was right. How it feels to be right. Alright. No, I fully believe that they will be seeing each other again at like at the One Piece. And my biggest question is, what is Buggy going to do? Because I know Shanks is going to be ecstatic to find out Buggy's there, right? Because Shanks refused to see Laughtail with Roger and the crew because he stayed with Buggy. And he said, we'll sail there on our own ship one day. By that he meant me and Buggy, right? He'll be ecstatic to see that Buggy's at Laughtail for the One Piece. But my question is, what is Buggy going to think? What is Buggy going to do? Because Buggy wanted to see Shanks wear the crown. He wanted to see Shanks be the Pirate King. So my thought is, does Buggy still want that? Is there still something within Buggy that is, I want to see this man be king? You know what I mean? I just don't know. So I don't know if it's going to be Buggy still going for the One Piece, even with Shanks at Laughtail, or if it's going to be Buggy going, damn, I can't quit him. Damn, I still kind of want to see him be the king. You know what I mean? And then teaming up with Shanks or whatever the fuck. I can see Shanks and Buggy coming back together again by the end of One Piece. Like, I don't even mean this romantically. Just in general, because I just think they miss each other. The Parent Trap accidentally. Look, I was honestly, the thing I was worried about Shamrock looking exactly like Shanks, like the same, you know what I mean? Not just face, style and everything. I am so happy that's not the case, and I'm so happy we got Shanks if he slayed. I'm so happy about that. Well, a lot of people were saying they wanted to kill Bonnie because she's Celestial Dragon, or they wanted to bring Bonnie back because she's Celestial Dragon, blah blah blah. And talking about Celestial Dragon blood. And I was like trying to explain, I don't know how to explain this. The Celestial Dragons are not like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's quite clear. Bonnie was not, like, even though she had Celestial Dragon blood in her, she's not a Celestial Dragon because she is a slave child. They do not and would not view that as a Celestial Dragon, because that is below them. Like, it's a disgusting thing, but that's how they work. So when people were going, oh, something Bonnie Celestial Dragon, it's gonna matter, I was like, it just doesn't. Like, they're not trying to get to Bonnie because she's a celestial dragon. They're trying to get to Bonnie because they experimented on her with her mother. And she was used as blackmail for Kuma. So they had to fuck her up. Right? They threw her away like garbage. There was I don't understand that point, because it's like when a child is born out of slavery, I don't know if you guys know this, historically it just never matters. That's just it's disgusting, but it never matters. So I never understood people going something Bonnie celestial dragon. I was like, but she's not a celestial dragon. She's not. She's a very different thing to a celestial dragon. Akainu not killing her for a celestial dragon blood. He doesn't say that. That's a theory, right? Because my assumption is she's a little girl. She's a little girl, and Akainu couldn't even do it. She's a little girl, she's Kuma's daughter, and the guess is Akainu himself has a daughter. I don't know how he'd be able to kill a little girl. And she can also be used to control Kuma, that much is true. Maybe I am giving Akainu the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it is just to control Kuma. But Bonnie did get away. You know, we have to remember that. Originally, she was being locked up away from the world. Not for safety, but because they were trying to keep her there, to keep her as a blackmail tool for Kuma. She got away, and that pissed them off, so they had to kill her. Kuma was a veggie at that point in time, but also he wasn't really, we know that much now, and also she was simply someone that got out of the world government's grasp, but they were going to kill her no matter what. She had been experimented on, she had gone to Vegapunk to get healed.
Howdy do, boys!
And she was related to Kuma's whole thing. They had to kill her. Like, it had nothing to do with her celestial dragon blood. She was just a fucking... They saw her as like a bug that they had to squish. They literally called her like a bug. Like, everyone were bugs that they had to squish. But yeah, I don't know. There were so many people that were like, I think, trying to push this Bonnie's Celestial Dragon narrative. And I was like, but she's just not one. Like, she isn't one. She wouldn't have gotten kicked out and experimented on if she ever were one. They didn't change their minds about that. The Celestial Dragons are clearly pure of blood. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for Doffy. Fuck. I forgot where I put all my shit. Kev, this is Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Oops. It's when you get to, like, the city, not to the little village. That's like a country town. Well, that means Black Maria as well would be an ancient giant. But yeah, the ancient giants being thrown into the mix. I'm sure Oda's going to do something with that. How interesting. We had Oars and Little Oars Jr. And I don't know, I never thought about it. And now it's, oh yeah, they were like ancient giants. Oh my god, that's crazy. Like, giants all look so different. I can't get over Zoro being like, damn, aren't you all giants? And Rhoda going, hello? Aren't you all humans? That was so funny. Also, why was Rhoda cute? Why was he cute in the new chapter? It's not gonna be- I'm not the only one who's thinking this as well. I'm not the only one who's thinking this. Multiple people since I've read the chapter have confided in me and gone, thank God you also got a weird cute vibe from Roto that chapter. Foily said to me, she said, I bet by the end of Elbaf, Roto is going to be a top favorite character. I truly think she's gonna be right. Because clearly he's already starting to get a bit more of a redemption. Like him saying, I believe in Hyduden and his dreams and I want to see them come true. Oh, come on, you know? Isn't that sweet? Like... I don't think it's weird. I just think that he really had a vendetta against humans because he thought Hyduden was better than that. He clearly really liked Hyduden. He likes Hyduden a lot. And he thought Hyduden was better than to serve these humans. So he was trying to take him out, thinking, oh yeah, this will be good for Hyduden. And he got beaten up! And he's realized Hyduden does very much actually care for these humans, and these humans are worth more. Well, not worth more, but they are much more impressive than he thought. And so there goes the switch up. Like, knowing now that he cares so much about Hyduden, that makes sense, right? Because he didn't want to see Hyduden serve humans. Well, they made him quite the creep because he was supposed to be quite the creep. We were supposed to not trust him or like him at all from the start. But isn't that a funny thing? First impressions can be damning, right? But he was like the false villain that we started out with. Hang on, wait. No, I don't think the rest of the God Knights are coming to Elbaf. I think Oda's gonna keep those God Knights close. Although I say this, but... well, we already saw all the Elders, to be fair. I think he's gonna keep them close. I think those holy knights are slowly going to be revealed like the emperors. Oh fuck, I love Boa. I'm thinking of the stupidest thing I can make. Hang on. Hi, bobbing. That's true. Roto's behavior at the start of Elbaf can also be part of the false intro. We've been thrown tons of curveballs since the start of Elbaf, and it's feeling very suspicious. I don't know what this is. The video's not telling me. Yoku, he compliments his navigation skills, but he doesn't compliment him as a person. That's the issue. That's like Luffy only that's like Usopp only complimenting Sanji's cooking skills and going, yeah, but he's like fucked. You know what I mean? Like, respectfully, no, they don't like or respect Roto. They respect his skill. And that's kind of the opposite point of Nakama, right? Because think about how Luffy chose his crew. He didn't choose them through skill or talent. He just chose them because he liked them. And then think about how the rest of the crew treat each other. They don't see each other as tools. And they enjoy each other as people. It is not just for like what they are, what they do. For Roto and for Goldberg, it was clearly, oh yeah, his navigating's good, but fuck him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel any respect for Roto as a crew member. I only feel respect for Roto as a navigator. And I think that's a big difference. Now he likes Girth mistreating him. Yeah. Like, I think we are going to see Roto becoming closer with the rest of the crew. And I think we are going to see the crew realizing they should have that bond or something. Because I think it's the way they treated Roto. Like, don't get me wrong. He fucked up. But they just clearly don't like him very much. Apart from Hairuden. Why would Girth be a twist villain? Look at she knew Big Mom. Goonko's power is officially scary, by the way. It's officially scary. That's a good thought, guy with 3 eyes. Because, like, don't get me wrong, yes, Roto is a creep, okay? However, think about Absalom. Roto is nowhere near Absalom levels. And like, again, like, yeah, Roto, he did a creepy thing, but he was being presented as super creepy because we were meant to believe, ah, wow, this is a villain right now, right? However, with Absalom, Absalom was a fucking freak. And think of how Absalom's crew treated him. They treated each other like a family. Even if Absalom was the most freakish freak to ever freak, they treated him like he was family. The High Ruden's crew don't do that with Roto. I just do not feel that sense of union with them. Oh, sorry, ATL, I don't dare it. You've only seen her use it once. How can you possibly judge the strength of it? You've only seen her use it once on a guy who is chained up. I don't think you can say anything about the strength of it at this point in time. Also, fun fact. It's a strong double fruit because, or it's a strong power because guess what? A Holy Knight has it. This is, like, respectfully, I don't understand that. She's a Holy Knight. Oda has made her one. She's obviously incredibly strong. I don't care about fates or whatever the hell. She's obviously narratively strong. No, I don't think it's fair to say that it's weak. You've seen her use it once so far. Right? Like, we have no idea what she can do with that. We've only seen blinks, crumbs of what she can do. This is like saying, is it just me or is Luffy's Devil Fruit really weak and you've only seen him stretch twice? You know what I mean? What am I looking for? I love this video. Wait. Hang on, give me a sec. Shamrock has given me so many things to think about. Not in a serious way. Not in an analysis way. In a haha, Shanks is a bum way. Doodaloo. Doodaloo. Oh, I kind of just want to sit out on the couch and turn into a potato today, but I'll at least get to the end of this video segment here. No, here. It shouldn't be too hard. Thank God camera recording, it makes it less stressful. Shanks is bullyable. It's like Zoro. They are both— if I bully them, it means I do like them. I never bullied Shanks until Buggy. Never. As I told you guys, I was so meh about Shanks. Incredibly meh about Shanks. Until Buggy. And then my heart broke. And I was like, oh my god. This is soap opera. This is so Pride and Prejudice. See ya, Og. I don't bully my cats. Well, maybe to an extent. I did— that was Mary, but she does deserve to be bullied in the cone of shame. The Celestial Dragons. Shamrock will do something despicable and I'll go, now hold on, he has his reasons. No, wait, we need to see this from both sides. What did the cat do? Nothing. The cat just got put in a cone of shame and it's funny. Being worse than Doffy is very hard to beat, but we'll see. Sorry. I had a funny tweet that I had to make. Sorry guys. Sorry, she has to tweet. Shamrock at the Reverie, 100%. To me, it's not even like a question because Shanks / Shamrock, whoever had Shanks's face there, was like, I have to ask you about a pirate. It makes 100% sense that that is Shamrock asking the Celestial Drag or the Elders about Shanks. I.e., why the fuck does this guy look like me? That makes so much sense to me. Only because why would Shanks go to the Elders to ask about a pirate? He has incredible intel, we know this because of the guy on his crew. So, Why would Shanks do that? It is totally something Shamrocks would do and be like, why the fuck does this guy look like me? Jay Meister, he could have, but for all we know, he wasn't savvy to this or privy to this until recently. Like, who knows if fucking Shamrock keeps up with the pirates of the world? Why would he care? And then Shanks got very notoriously big because Emperor stuff, Marineford stuff, and he went, why the fuck does this guy look like me? Oh god. God with your eyes, that's so funny. Oda's been waiting. I bet, I'm 100% betting when Oda made this, he was guy raised by a fly. He's been waiting to do this for so long. I just know he's kicking his feet. When he was drawing Shamrock, he was on his bed like this, kicking his feet. He was so excited about that. He was like, finally, I can pop him out. They need to talk about a certain pirate, then it was definitely Shanks. Like, that he wanted to talk about. Again, why would Shanks go to the elders and be like, I need to talk about a certain pirate? Why? Why would he have... Shanks has multiple pirate sources. Why would he have to go to the elders for that? Like, there's no doubt in my mind that's Shamrock. I'd be shocked if that was Shanks, only because why? Oh, my nose. Ugh. Oh, God. I mean, both first and second times we've seen Shamrock. He's been in that coat. Also, poor dress code when addressing his hoity-toity boss. Have you considered Oda was purposefully hiding his, like, body? Because he was hiding Shamrock's whole thing until this new chapter to make us keep questioning it. Again, there's just no doubt in my mind that's Shamrock. I just don't know why that wouldn't be Shamrock. Obviously Shamrock's gonna be like, why does this guy look like me? It's both a Shamrock, I guess, just wears cloaks, and also it's to suspend your disbelief. He's trying to hide that this is Shamrock. He was trying to hide, like, what was he supposed to do? If that is Shamrock, which I still think it is, otherwise why would he do that? Why would he do that? Why would he put Shanks in a cloak? Just for us to go, damn, is that Shanks? You know what I mean? Like, if it's definitely Shamrock because he wouldn't hide him otherwise. There could be a third one? More. Now we need spam. More, Papa, more. What if there are more? Oh my god, there might be. What if all the holy Green Knights are Goonko plus Shanks 1, Shanks 2, Shanks 3, Shanks 4. More papa. Do you think Shanks even had a birth name? Because I think it's very possible he was just immediately chucked. Like, they just went, alright, see ya. Sorry, I'm using the COD zombie sound effects, and every time I hear yeah, it always gets me. Why does it fucking sound like that? Yeah! Oh god. Ugh, sorry, my nose is so dry. It's having to keep the... It's the summer, and it's also the aircon and the fans. Yeah. Oh man, where is it? I downloaded it. La 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 The death of YouTube video downloaders is so sad. It's so hard to find a good YouTube video downloader anymore. Did I finally find one? Bobbing. $4K video downloader. Okay, got it. Well, that sure didn't work. Luckily, I only need the audio. Most of the Marines are ugly. Can I just like say that, by the way? Aside from like the women, most of the Marines are ugly. Like, it's true. Smoker, my love of my life. The Marines have nothing going for them for me. Aside from the women I said. Kobe's alright. He's on my shit list. He's cute though. He's cute. He's cute. Smoker, I think, is hot, but it's because his personality is also good. But most of the Marines, not only do they have shitty personalities, they're also ugly. This is why, there are many reasons for why I could never, I'm sorry, Helmepper is ugly to me. I'm sorry, he's really ugly to me. I personally don't get Helmepper. The fan letter Marines were not ugly. Aside from the women. Listen to me. I never call a woman ugly. I'm talking about the ugly ass men the Marines got. Most of them are kind of ugly. I don't like what they stand for. I don't like their personalities. And they don't even have, like, attractive features. Majority of them are not very attractive to me. So what do the Marines have? You know what I mean? What do they have? What do the majority of the Marines have? Nothing! Nothing! I'm not attracted to Garp. No, that's not the kind of guy I'm attracted to. Prince, I have no interest in him. He didn't interest me. You know why? He was introduced with a bunch of women who were better than him. Sengoku's not cute. He's ugly as balls. When people go, oh, the marine drip, I'm like, what are you talking about? The marine with the best marine drip was Smoker. He's got arguably the best marine drip. I don't care about the others. Everyone else is just a fucking uniform. Men see military establishment and see a uniform and they go, wow. Wow. Now that is fashion. That's what they do. That's what I've noticed. That's literally neuron activation. No, the Admiral suits are not drip. Maybe Kizaru, but the others no. They're wearing fucking caps. They're wearing caps, guys. Also, Corazon doesn't count because Corazon was up and leaving the Marines with Law. We know this. He was like, wow, I have to lie to this child to get him to trust me because he doesn't like Marines. Before I die, I will admit to him that I am a Marine and I will apologize for that. But he was planning to up and leave with Law. He was planning to abandon the Marines. He kind of already did with how he was trying to save Law. Extract's alright, but he doesn't stand out to me. I like that he's a dinosaur. But yeah, majority of the Marines are ugly. So I just don't care about them. Ugly in all ways. I will admit, yes, I can be a bit of a visual person, but Shamrock is hot as hell. By the way, obviously it's a joke. Obviously I'm not going, oh yeah, the Slender Dragons are good now. That is obviously a joke. I'm not like that. But it's funny, right? It's a good bit. My liberty leaving my body when I see Shamrock. That's what it felt like just then. My human rights leaving my body when I see Shamrock. That's fine. That's fine. I love this guy. Yeah, the blacked out figure being Shamrock makes sense to me. I do believe that was Shamrock.
Yeah.
Looks like I gotta go read the newest chapter, BRB. Sorry, Broggy! I apologize, but once I've done the chapter stream, I'm afraid it's on. Also, Broggy the Giant? Guys, unless it's Smoker, I like men that look like women. Like, it's not hard. It's not hard to figure out. There are not many men in the Marines that look like women, I'm afraid. So why would I care? But I also do care about personality. Like Cavendish, I like him, but I don't care too much about him. I know, shocking. Because I was like, yeah, he's like funny. But he didn't latch on to me. And it's because he was lacking of trauma. He was just a bit lacking in the sad boy department. So I went, I like him. But he doesn't go deep enough for me. Regarding his backstory. I was like, he's fun. But he's not brain rot levels. Oh god. Mishnoz. Like Fujitora, I think he's got a beautiful heart and a beautiful mind. Personally, I'm not very attracted to him. But I think he's got a beautiful mind, you know? Nah, Luffy's not gonna mistake Shamrock for Shanks, because he's gonna see he's got a fucking arm. Luffy knows that missing arm more than anyone. Guess why? He's definitely gonna go, wait, something's off. Hello, editing goes well. Luffy's gonna see Shamrock and say, wait, he still has his cock. I can sense it. Champion Rock. Oh god. I am kind of now expecting what's gonna, or think, I shouldn't say expecting, now I am thinking what's gonna happen is, sorry, I'm thinking what's gonna happen is, the Giants are going to mistake Shamrock for Shanks. And Luffy, and they're gonna obviously badmouth them, and Luffy's gonna go, Shanks would never do that. And then he's gonna pull out Gear 4. Like, I'm starting to think Luffy getting mad at Loki's talking shit about Shanks to make Luffy react that way is the gun on the wall. Because I think that is possibly a prelude to the Giants think Shanks is still on the island and is causing this mischief, and Luffy's gonna act out because how fucking dare you say that about Shanks. Yeah, that's Chekhov's gun. So, I think all I'm seeing is a mess. I am truly only seeing a mess. And it doesn't help that they have the village idiot with them, because who the fuck is gonna believe him? Luffy stopping the crew from walking towards Shanks. Wait. I can't smell him from here. Hang on a minute. Well, hang on. Now here's something Ode has done that's devious. He's put some horns on the helmets. We now know why there are horns on helmets. Now here's the thing. I'm still on the fence on if Colin here is blood related to Ripley and his dad or not. Because what if Colin has horns? Like, I don't know. Oda's done this devious fucking thing where he's given, like, these helmets horns. Right? So, for all I know and for all we know, Colin has horns under there, or those are his horns, they're just sticking out of his helmet. Or he's been given that helmet to be like, haha, see, those aren't horns, haha. Because it does seem that King Harold kind of wanted to eradicate the pure blood giants, right? Our dad is not Loki. But we know it's a human. Well, because Guy with Three Eyes was about peace. But so Colin's not being accepted by the Elbaf village. They call him a wild child. But, currently Elbaf is trying to be about peace, but I don't think, like, until we are told that, like, until Colin says, I am half human, I don't believe him. Like, I mean, I don't believe him, but I don't know yet, because it's like, I feel like this is very specific. My dad's a human. Okay, but also his dad might not be blood related to him. This is One Piece, right? This is One Piece. Ripley and her husband-in-law, whatever, like, might not have had Colin as a blood child, you know what I mean? Like, they might have found him due to whatever might have happened to Elbaf. So I'm thinking, does Colin have horns? But, I just don't know. Because no one is talking about, like, wow, he's half human, and I find that suspicious. There's not actually been a single mention of him being half human. That's just implied. And, Oda's fucking sneaky like that, which is why I'm like... Am I gonna get got again? Sanji, Robin, manga page. What? God, my freaking nose. Oh God, I'm dying. I still say his dad is a Gaban. I just want it to be. Well, some people don't expect Gabon. We do. We're better than that. Oh fuck, hang on. Oh god, my nose. It's so dry. Ugh. I'm dying over here. The adventurer's warning about not saying an Elbaf. I think we're slowly getting more and more into that. Cause I think we're about to find out there's a very dirty underground. A very dirty underground to Elbaf. Or a very let's say bad history that we are probably going to discover.
Yeah.
Thank you for the sub. What is this music? It's still Pokemon apparently. Ugh. Peter. Well, here's my thing. They're being so disgraced of pureblood giants that Harold ripped his own horns out. I am still under a belief that he was trying to polish up Elbaf for the world government. Because... fuck, what did Figureland say? Hang on. Hang on, wait. Will be... So Figureland says, the vicious warriors of Elbaf who conquered the New World long ago will be brought under the command of the world government once and for all. The once and for all is what's making me go, so they've been wanting to get Elbaf under the world government. And this is why I'm saying it feels like to me Harold wanted to be a part of the world government, or he wanted to be under the world government. And he was trying to polish up Elbaf to be under the world government. And imagine how fucked it is if it was like, okay, well if you want to be under the world government, you have those pure-blooded giants. They are an incredible threat to us. You must be more passive. Get rid of them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't exactly know, but I'm still on the bet that King Harold is not, like, his piece was not authentic. That's what I was saying. Yep, that's what I was saying, guy with 3 eyes. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that this is a man who wanted power as an ancient giant himself, and he could get that power through the world government. Which is why I'm like, I'm sus. I'm sus about it. I'm sus about Harold. Currently, like, again, the fact that it's like, this is a king of peace, yet his frame is hanging above a literal graveyard. Like, a literal warrior graveyard is... That's very damning imagery. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've stumbled into a warrior graveyard, a battle that once was. And then we're told, this guy's the king of peace. And it's like, somehow I don't think this is a Loki thing. I think something's going on here. I don't know. I think Harold is definitely partially to blame because Loki was born and he was like, yeah, this guy's gonna kill me. Why the fuck did he say that? Apparently he prophesized it. And it's like, again, that's weird. That's weird that you prophesized your own son to kill you. Like, can he actually prophesize? Or, like, why the fuck did he say that? You know what I mean? And also, the king's sword is in Yarrow's head. I'm pretty confident now that is 100% Harold's sword in Yarrow's head. Because no other sword, we've seen multiple now, have looked like that. And also the fact, again, Yarrow seems to be a bit more... I want to say, like, lenient with Loki, or a bit more kind of reasoning with Loki, while the rest of the giant people are going, no, boo! And I feel like there's just something inside of Yarrow that is thinking something's not right with how Loki's being treated. But I don't know. How do you even pass down a legendary devil fruit? Sons eat their dads as a tradition. Oh, fuck, wouldn't that be gruesome? Oh, fuck, hang on. There we go. If Sanji's covered in giant kiss marks, I'd be happy for him. Truly. Truly happy for him. But yeah, I am fully convinced Loki's not at all. Again, Luffy wants to free him. And Luffy doesn't seem to have any kind of like, nah, this guy's way too fucked up for me to wanna, you know, get him out of there. Because of course Zoro said, well, what if he's taking advantage of you? And Luffy said, okay, so I'll just fucking punch him. Like, I've seen enough and I've heard enough that I'm pretty convinced there's no way Loki's like a bad fella. I think a lot of people are holding on to that because they want him to be the big bad of the arc. Because they want, like, people to fight Loki. Because they've heard Loki's been beefed up as, like, super strong guy, you know what I mean? So they just want to fight with Loki. Oh, fuck. But I don't think he's gonna be, like, yucky man. The fact he rejected the fucking world government and the celestial dragons, that should say enough, shouldn't it? We have so much, we have so much now that tells me I just don't think Loki is at all like a bad guy. I really don't. Yeah, but Orochi sided with fucking Kaido. Orochi sided with Kaido. Also, Orochi wasn't ever a twist. Orochi wasn't ever a mystery. Wano started and he was fucked because he was literally running the place. Orochi and Loki, you cannot compare. Loki's not even running the damn place. He's fucking chained up. Where's Bobby? Oh, are you tired, Bobby? I'm sorry. Oh, Twitch. I've talked about the Whiskey Peak thing. And I've talked about this because, in a roundabout way, Luffy was right. Because who protected Vivi when Vivi was then being targeted by Miss Valentine and Mr. Who was he? Mr. 4 or something? Who was he? Mr. 6 or something? I forgot his name. It was 5? Mr. 5? Who protected Vivi in that moment? Because it sure as fuck wasn't Zoro. It was the other Whiskey Peak people. The other assassins, right? And I'm not saying, oh, that means all of Whiskey Peak were good, but I am saying Vivi was originally one of those assassins. And Vivi was then going to be hunted down, and then those same assassins then decided to help Vivi. And this is what I'm saying. So even if that Whiskey Peak thing was like strange to some people, in a roundabout way, Luffy was still correct there. Igadam as well. Igadam was also part of Whiskey Peak, and look at who he was. Like, not all of the Whiskey Peak assassins were like good or anything. But Luffy was still correct in a sense. I think Miss Monday was Igadam's partner. But yeah, I fully trust Luffy. He's simply never led me astray, ever. I know Miss Monday's a mum with Mr. Nine. I think they rock. What a power couple. Right, enemies initially not particularly evil. That much is true. Because they weren't working directly under the big bad. Same with Bonchan, by the way. Bon Clay was also one of those so-called assassins, and look where he is. If Luffy trusts them, I trust them. Hi. I don't like the song I'm using here. It's such a tough life. Sorry. Flashbang time. Well, my assumption is they wanted to bring Elbaf under the world government with Loki. Because remember, the reason a lot of the world government islands are world government islands is because their royalties moved to Mary Joie. And I think they were trying to bait Loki in with that to try and get Elbaf under their control. And Loki went, nah, nah. So, in a way, Elbaf is incredibly lucky. They have the prince they do, which is Loki, because Loki just got a deal to join the gods and he said, fuck you. Like, I think that was the idea. Loki should join the world government, or should join the Celestial Dragons, specifically so they can get Elbaf under their control. This is why I'm thinking Harold was wanting to bring Elbaf under the world government. Maybe Harold wanted to join the rankings of the gods. And to do that, he had to tear out his own horns. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot there, in my opinion, for Harold wanting to be part of that, hierarchy, I suppose. Wanting to be on the tippy top. And Loki said, no, that is fucked up. We are not doing that. Why go to his killer? Because he's the prince. He's the prince. He is currently the one person that can take the throne of Elbaf. And if they go to him and they say, do you want to become a god? No. Especially with how he is now. Did he approve of Saul's school and library? He did. That one I don't know. But it could possibly be he approved of it because he wanted news of the outside world. Because again, if you're wanting some power, you need to know about the outside world. You need to know what's going on. It could very possibly be that that was the payoff. Either way, for now, I don't trust Harold. I absolutely do not trust Harold. The fact that Yarrell clearly has Harold's sword in his head, I think, and the fact we got his portrait above a warrior graveyard, and they were like, this is the King of Peace. There's a lot going on there that I'm like, I think this is suspicious. And again, oh, the son that is born is going to kill me. Why the fuck would you say that? Who gave him that prophecy? Apparently he gave himself that prophecy. All the swords don't look the same, Bread of the Old Ones. You go back and you look at the hilt of those swords. They do not look the same. I've been checking. You can guess why I've been checking. Not at all do they look no, they don't. Are you rage baiting me? I'm telling you, you have to go back. You know what? I can prove this to you right now. Because I was double checking this. And you're going to be blown away by this, mate. I guarantee it. Here we go. Are you ready? Oh, fuck. Sorry. Check out, first of all, Roto's sword. Look at the hilt. Nothing there, right? Now we see more swords as we enter the castle. Look at the hilts of these swords. Oops. Hang on. Look at the hilt of this sword. Now look at the hilt of this sword, right? Can you see that? And now, look at the hilt of the king's sword. Can you see that? The hilt, man. No one has a hilt like this. And guess what sword is in Jarrell's head? The sword happens to have this exact hilt. Not only this exact hilt, see how there's a difference in the cutoff there? It's got that exact same cut as well. And then we can go back again. Oh. It's just incorrect. They do not look the same. Look at the hilts of the swords. No, they haven't. They don't. I guarantee you they do not. Look at his sword hilt. Look at his sword hilt. Look at the one in Jarrell's head. No one. It's also got that cutoff as well that the other one has. There is not a single giant that has the same hilt. You are making it up. Those are knives? Okay. Go and, okay, send me a giant that has the same hilt. He doesn't here. He's holding a sword. Hilt's not the same. Hilt's not the same. Hilt's not the same. Hilt's not the same. Look at all these swords flying. Look at how absolutely none of them have the same hilt. None of them. Not even fucking Joy Boy has the same hilt. There is not a single hilt that other giants have that looks the same. None. I challenge you to find me one. I challenge you to find me one. And you know what's even more interesting? There's a cut there. See how this is pointed here and this isn't pointed? Can you see that? I don't know how well you can see that, but that's very intentional. Because he's got his hand over it, mate. He has his hand over it. Can you not see that? He's covering it. Do you think maybe that's on purpose? Either way, do you see how this is pointed and this isn't pointed? Can you see that? This is pointed. That's pointed. Can you see that? I need you to see that. This is pointed. This is cut off. You can see that, right? And now let's go back to the sword in Geralt's head. You can see it. The end is cut off. There isn't a stone. What are you talking about? The best area we get is this. Right? There's a cutoff at the end there. It is the same sword. Down to the last detail, that is the same sword. That is clearly the same sword. There is no other giant that has a sword like that. None. You can find it for me. Find me another giant that has that sword hilt. Because you are very adamant that the other giants have that sword hilt. Find it for me. You won't. You got incredibly Mandela affected. Because that's the first thing I noticed. The second we saw the portrait of the king, right? The second we saw this portrait, and the second I saw the sword in Geralt's head, I started looking. And now I'm convinced that is 100% intentional. 100% intentional. That the sword in Geralt's head is definitely the same as the king's sword. No other giant has that hilt. None of them. And Yarrow's also the only one defending Loki. That's what I also found weird. I don't know why you remember a stone. I don't know. But you take my word for it next time. Hang on. When's the... Oh. I have no idea. Anyways, it's kind of hard to see, but you can also tell. That side, I'm pointing at my screen. That side here, this is cut. That's not as sharp as the other side. Like the fact that there's also a cut on the one side that Oda has kept specific is also an interesting detail. Like, I don't know if you can really see that. But you can see here, this is sharper, right? This is sharper than this side. You can see that. This has been cut off. This is like a full point. And then in the portrait, full point, cut off, right? And then we see his portrait in full view HD. I feel like a fucking conspiracy theorist. This side is lesser than this side. You can see the cut there, right? You can see the slant. Oda's kept that. He's kept that per the 2 times that we've seen that sword. Either way, no. There is absolutely no other sword that looks like that. I've been checking and checking and checking. Yarrow killed Harold. Yarrow's not the evil one. No, I don't believe so. The evil one. I think Yarrow... I believe Yarrow was trying to help Loki. And trying to defend Loki. Because I still think what it is Harold's reputation is... it wasn't that it was pointy. I was trying to say it's like a full end. Like, I didn't know how to say it. But, I believe the thing that... Well, what I think has happened is... What I think has happened is... Harold had this reputation of being a good king. He was a good king and everyone loved him. But that was a front that was put on. And reputations do not make the man. And Yarrow figured this out and Loki was mistreated. And Yarrow wanted to help Loki. And then he got stabbed through the head. And because of that, he's got brain damage. Ah. Oh, God. Sorry. It's just the fact this man has a sword through his head. Apparently, he is the only survivor next to Loki of that event. And the sword has the exact same hilt as the king's sword. Like, something's up. Anyway, I was looking for music. Why do I think he looks like Kaido? I'll be honest, with Oda, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. Because it's like, yeah, but that could also just be Oda's villain face. Like, currently, it's tough to say, honestly. But it could be that Kaido was an ancient giant. That could be true. But I don't think there's a direct relation to Harold. Oh, God. Kaido could also just be an Oni. He was called an Oni. He could very well just be an Oni, do you know what I mean? Kaido's a goat. Goats do have horns, that's possible. Harold has not one, not two, but three bastard children. Sorry for the flashbanging. I think the arrow fruit's scary. And I think it's scary because, like, currently she's just using it on a guy who's chained. So I can't imagine what it looks like when she's actually using it in battle, you know what I mean? Because those arrows fly towards you and you know you're about to get the shit beaten out of you. But it's the fact that, because look, this is what scares me about her. It's the fact that her power is literally, this is how I'm about to hit you. The speed and confidence she must have in her power to physically show someone, here's how you're about to be hit, and be able to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think she must be terrifying. It's not about directions, though. She's not pointing, oh, go over there. She's pointing arrows at where she's going to hit you. That's not directions. Sanji does it too when he does say where he's going to hit him, but that's very different to all these arrows are flying at you, showing you exactly where you're about to get hit, and she's coming. Like, I would not say that is the same thing at all. At all. Because I say this respectfully, what the fuck? It is not similar. Respectfully, no. It is not similar at all. A guy jumping towards you with a kick and going, rib hit, is not the same as you have 5 arrows pointing at you. You know exactly where those are gonna go, and she's coming. I do not think that's the same. At all. Like, just at all, I think that is not the same at all. You know? I honestly, like, I'm sorry, I'm just baffled because that's just not the same. Because the whole thing with her is like, she's going, this is your, like, destiny, right? You are gonna get fucking hit right now. And my whole thing with her is, what the fuck is Future Sight going to do against her? Because she's basically saying, this is set. I can change it, but this is set. Her power to me reads as a power that a Future Sight can't do fucking anything. It can't do anything. His attacks tell you where he's going, but that's a kick. It's a kick. Do you see the difference? Announcing, like, jumping forward and announcing, I'm kicking you in the ribs, is not the same thing as a bunch of arrows pointing at you. And she is there in fucking seconds. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, again, Sanji's like Sanji doesn't stand there and say, oh, I'm kicking you in the ribs. He jumps and he does it. As he's kicking, he's shouting his move. That's the difference. The way she does it, she's got arrows pointed at you, she's coming for you. And again, I ask you, what the fuck is Future Sight meant to do about that? She's essentially given you this future. How are you supposed to change that? Tsubaki, he doesn't stand there and say rib kick. He's kicking and he says the move. She doesn't do that. She's standing there and I'm sorry, it is entirely different. It is entirely different. Sanji's never stood there and gone, I'm about to kick you in the ribs. Like, as he's kicking, he says it. That is just incredibly different. The way she works is she's standing there and saying, here's exactly where I'm about to hit you. That is incredibly different. Like, incredibly different. And and the reason I think she's such a threat is because, again, what the fuck is Future Sight meant to do against that? Right? Once the arrow points, it is your fate. She can change it, but that is your fate. Or you can change it, she says, but that is your fate. I'm sorry, that is not the same as a guy kicking and yelling, rib kick! That is not the same at all. Like, respectfully, is not the same at all. I think I know where you're coming from, but I'm saying it's not the same. But, like, the concept of time, right? That's what I thought of. Time is a marching arrow, it only goes forwards. But, But Carly, guys, Tsubaki, Carly, you're not understanding what I'm saying. Sanji doesn't stand there and say rib kick. As he's moving, he says it. That's the difference. I don't think that's at all the same. He doesn't stand there and go, I'm about to kick you in the ribs. Like, you know what I mean? That's not the same thing. She literally stands there and says, I'm about to do this to you. Your fate is sealed. That's fucking scary. And again, what the fuck is Future Sight meant to do against that? Like, what is Future Sight supposed to do against that? She's essentially giving you your future. And I think that's going to be the point of her power. She's giving you your future. Future Sight's got fucking nothing it can do against this. Because that future Haki can be a bit overpowered, obviously. And I feel like this is Oda's response to that. What the fuck are you supposed to do against a girl that's saying, I have your future. You're cooked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just say this because I think, like, it's just not the same. Like, I'm just a little bit baffled because it is not at all the same. Like, her power is fucking terrifying in that regard, and it's so different to rib kick. Just respectfully, it is incredibly different. If Sanji stood there and said, I'm about to kick you on the rib, I see what you say, but he doesn't do that. As he's kicking, he says it. Bye-bye. Well, of course, the arrows... Tsubaki, again, I see what you were saying, but I'm saying it's not the same thing. Because again, and again, I keep saying it, Sanji's not standing there and saying preemptively, I'm kicking you on the ribs. Do you see the difference? As he's fighting, he says it. That is totally different. This woman is terrifying because she will stare at you with her arrows pointing at you and say, that's where I'm hitting you. You're set. That's your course. Your course is set. Sanji doesn't stick out his leg and go, your rib. That's where I'm about to kick you. It's just totally different. It's just totally different. Like, yes, he's aiming for it. But, well, the reason I think this is bugging me is because I think it's incredibly disingenuous to say. I feel like it's kind of discrediting what she can do to say, well, Sanji does it. I think that is incredibly disingenuous. No, he doesn't. Like, I'm a Sanji fucking gaslighter. Oh my god, sorry. But I'm the biggest Sanji fan ever, but I think that's just a bit of you know what I mean? I know you didn't mean it that way, but I think that's why I'm so up in arms about this, because I'm like, I feel like that's just kind of a... Okay, but Sanji does it. And it's like, no, he doesn't. Like... I don't know, it's totally different. Like, I can move to slap you, and as I'm moving to slap you, I can say, cheek slap. You know what I mean? That's what Sanji does. He goes, cheek slap. She does this, and she says, I will slap you in the cheek. There is nothing you can do to change that. That's the difference, and that's why she is terrifying. She's just terrifying to me. Like, I guarantee there's going to be a lot of shit with her, because she has to be terrifying. And it will hit. It doesn't matter what you do. You are going to be slapped on the cheek. Right? It's literally a...
Wacky pee-pee.
Right? It's literally a you can struggle all you want. What I have said is now going to happen. And I think that's terrifying. I just think that's terrifying. But it definitely feels like a times arrow thing with her fruit. I'm excited to see what she can do though. Because again, I know she's going to be scary. And again, what can Future Sight do against that? What if your Future Sight, it only... Like, how the fuck are you meant to use Future Sight against a woman that is saying, I'm about to hit you here in 10 seconds? My Future Sight is telling me she is about to hit me there in 10 seconds. Like, I just don't know what a Future Sight can ever do against that, and that's why I think she exists, because I think it's going to be that. It's going to be, you can't use this particular brand of Huggy against her because she already knows. Like, just move away, right? That's what you think. But what about if you move away, she hits you anyway? Like, to me, it's, you can struggle all you want. You can move around, you can run, you are still gonna get hit. It doesn't matter what you do. And I just think she's gonna be terrifying in that aspect. Because, like, what if she... Because, of course, the scary thing is, she's got the power that points at you. What if she points directly at your heart with that arrow? Are you cooked? Like... Are you cooked? Do you know what I mean? Like... So it's like... This is what I'm saying. I'm seeing the power currently that this woman has, and I'm seeing she's like, yep, this is your fate. And she's locked it in. You're fucked. Like, I personally don't know what you do against that. Oh yeah, I think she's fucked with how she was raised. If you see where the arrow will go before she deploys it, can you avoid? That's what she does, Carly. That's why it's scary. Because she points the arrows, you know exactly where she's gonna deploy it. Exactly where. And she's still gonna hit you. Like, that's the implication here. I'm excited to see her actually fighting. That's a rare thing from me, because I think that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be wherever she points that arrow, it doesn't matter what you do to try and avoid it, you're getting hit. And I think that's why she's going to be terrifying. Because it does feel like a times arrow thing. Your fate is sealed. I can stop it, she says. But you have to listen to me. If you can see Haki where she will point before she activates her power, what is the point in doing that? So how do you stop her from them releasing the arrows? Right? What's the point in that? Oh. Dodge before the arrow flies. So what, just beat the shit out of her and never let her deploy an arrow? Say please and thank you. But how are you supposed to do that? Like, keep her... Never arrow deployed ever. That sounds not very possible. It sounds like you just fucking tank the hit. You just run, right? Respectfully, she seems absolutely terrifying. She just seems so terrifying. If someone said to me, I'm about to stab you through the heart, and they just stood there calmly, oh my god, I'd fucking shit my pants, you know? I'd shit my pants. Yeah, her fruit is definitely Arrow of Destiny, right? It's definitely Destiny and it's definitely Fate. And like, I can't wait to see what she does with it. I can't wait to see what Oda's going to do with that. Because I think that's incredibly interesting, that power. Because I bet we're going to find out a lot more about that fruit and how she can use it. Like, for all we know, she has more than just deploy the arrow. She probably does. So she has deploy the arrows. What else does she have? Can she fully turn into bandages? I don't know. She has big fist and big boot. Popping! Yeah, it looked large because it was supposed to. She made it bigger. It's like gear 3rd, is that what Luffy uses? To make big foot, big hand? I don't know, because I don't know if Shamrock says devil fruit. Because I'm more on the side that he doesn't have a devil fruit. Oops. I don't know what Imu can do. I have no idea. Look, I'm still of the assumption the fucking elders, their power, they don't actually have devil fruits. That's Imu. That's Imu specifically giving them those powers. Do we think Goonko is going to be another Big Mom? And by that I mean Goonko is going to be a fucking beast. But it's L Holy Night, shit Holy Night, weakest holy night. Do you know what I mean? I'm fully expecting that. I still can't get over we literally have a panel of Kaido and Big Mom both. Their fight ended in a tie, and because of that, they formed an alliance. And you still have people who power scale, by the way, going, no, no, and it's like, why are you so against evil, powerful woman? I just don't get it. How is it that men are so insecure that even in their fiction, I'm sorry, even in their fiction, women are not allowed to be as powerful as men? That's just so bizarre. It's just so bizarre. Big Mom and Kaido are equals. That was the whole point of that. No, see, women can be strong, but women are allowed to be strong against other women. However, they are not allowed to be strong against men. That's a bad thing. Like, that's simply not allowed. So it's like, yeah, Big Mom can be strong, but she can't be on the same level as men. It's just bizarre. I just don't, like, where is this coming from? It's the fact you see it in real life as well, all the time. You see it all the time. A woman's better than a man at something, whether that be something physical or something like a video game, and it makes them lose their shit a lot of the time. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Big Mom is terrifying. When I found out this shit about, like, Big Mom, like this bad talk about Big Mom, I was like, out of Kaido and Big Mom scares me the most. She is absolutely terrifying to me. She created a whole fucking, like, weapon out of her own soul in the middle of a battle multiple times. And I was like, and she can take your soul. And I was like, respectfully, I think she's scarier. Like, I just think she's terrifying. And the whole way she works is if you are scared of her, she's taking your soul. Like, what the fuck? That's terrifying. Anyway, I'm scared of Big Mom. I love her, but I'm terrified of her. This is why when it comes to, like, respectfully, this is why when it comes to, when I see power scaling discussion, a lot of the time, because they talk about, it's about fates, it's about something else, and a lot of the time they talk about that. But at the end of the day, it's opinion, right? From what I can see, Big Mom's fates are fucking crazy from the time she was 6 years old. But they go, nah, she's not that strong. And it's like, so you throw your imaginary numbers everywhere, and at the end of the day, it comes down to, well, because I said so. Like, you know what I mean? This is why it gets me so bad, because at the end of the day, it just comes down to because I said so. And it makes me crazy. I think the reason it makes me insane is because I feel there's just no rhyme or reason to so many of the discussions. Hi. I always have to say, I don't have a problem with power scaling. But when it starts to affect the story for you, or when you start reading the story with a power scaling lens, that's when I'm going to say it's step back. Step back, right? It's the same with shippers. If you start reading a story with a shipping lens, you're going to have to step back. Whoa, step back, hold on a little bit there. Whenever anyone puts the narrative under something, is when I go, oh, they put the narrative or writing under something. I'm like... Like, I don't like this scene because it's with a ship I don't like. Is the equivalent of, I don't like this scene because I don't like that this character is presented to be powerful, you know? It's what it sounds like. The funniest thing about the Zoro-Luffy thing is Zoro has literally said, or he's like somewhat stated to Luffy, you are my captain and I follow you because you're stronger than me. Like, he would not be working under Luffy, or working. He wouldn't be like under Luffy with Luffy as his captain. Did he not think Luffy was a more capable man than him? That's kind of the whole point of like how Zoro works. So it's like, this is just bizarre to me that it's even an argument. And that's why when it's like, you are putting your imaginary numbers over the characters in the narrative, and it frustrates me. Like, I like Zosan, you guys know this, I love Zosan. I'm not gonna put Zosan over the fucking narrative. Don't get me wrong, I have my hopeful theory of, God, maybe they're gonna be the last to fight each other, but I'm not gonna make fucking every Zoro scene about Sanji, and I'm not gonna make every Sanji scene about Zoro. I know that's not the case. Whoops. Well, I was gonna say, Zosan are literally built to parallel each other. Like, they're the wings for a reason, but it's like people debating or saying, like, oh, Zoro is stronger than Sanji because of this and this and this and this, and it's like, but narratively that cannot be the case. They are the wings, they are supposed to be equals. Right? Like, when I say, yes, I do believe Zoro and Sanji are supposed to be equal in strength, and people will like go fucking batshit about that, and it's like, I'm saying this because they are the wings. They are supposed to be equal, on equal footing. Yes, I do believe that's the case, and I cannot believe it's something that makes people up in arms. And it's like, why is that something that's so hard for you guys to accept, right? I just don't get it. Oh, sorry. I needed to help her. Bread of the Old Ones, I have such interesting news for you. There are tons of people that are ace and they ship. Tons! I'm just letting you know that. I'm not saying you have to, but I am just saying the majority of people who I meet who are ace, they... not the character, the sexuality. They ship. It's like me liking Sanji. He's a man. I don't like men in real life. It's just the fiction. I was told by someone who used to be in the power scaling scene, power scaling in One Piece makes them laugh because One Piece is so like anti-power scaling in the way it works. It just doesn't work the same as like other shonen in terms of power scaling, that they had to just jump off the One Piece power scaling scene because first of all they were like, we are getting nowhere, there's nothing definitive here, and second of all they said it was just humorous. They said, they were like, it just didn't matter what you said, like next chapter or even next arc, it was just wrong. And it's like, that gets me. And it's like, you can power scale, but then you will probably be hit with a chapter that's like, never mind. What am I doing here? I believe he did do something to deliberately mess with power scalers. I believe that was Egghead. I believe that was Egghead. Do you not remember? Egghead made power scalers fucking tear their hair out. Egghead quite literally ruined their admiral level. Like, it just ruined it. Because, they didn't know what to do about Sanji stopping Kizaru's light beam. And it's either, oh, it's the shoes, which makes Kizaru's power significantly less threatening because, okay, so you're saying there's a material that is very accessible that you can use to just stop Kizaru's light. Or they're saying, okay, but it's just a haki, which by the way is not true by any means. Oh, it's just a haki. And it's like, okay, so anyone with that haki can just stop Kizaru is what I'm hearing. Or it's the admittance and acceptal that actually Sanji did do something fucking crazy just then and they're never gonna admit that. Sanji blocking Kizaru's light beam fucked people up so bad because they were scrambling to try and come up with something to figure that out on their in their imaginary scales. And the best they could come up with was it was the shoes. And it's like, by blaming it on the shoes, you are accepting and admitting that there is a material that can just stop Kizaru, and apparently nearly anyone can access it. Like, okay, then just make a suit out of those shoes. Like, it's ridiculous to me. Right, it was literally the power of love. It fucked them up. It really fucked them up. I'll never forget that week. Because Twitter was insane. People would, they just didn't know what to do about it. Whoever started the it was the shoes thing, that became the narrative. Like, now, like, they will seriously say it was the shoes. And it's like, that's the best you could come up with? It was the shoes? I just can't get over that. Because in my opinion, that just makes Kizaru look even worse. Right? It makes Kizaru look so weak, because it's like, then just make fucking suits out of the shoes. If it's the shoes, then just make, you know, full protective armor out of it. What the fuck is Kizaru gonna do? Apparently he can't hit you. Beaten by shoes. Direct, no, that's not what happened. Basically, I've learned very quickly in power scaling discussions. They just fucking hate Sanji in power scaling discussions. They never want to put Sanji on any kind of equal footing with anyone, at least not from what I've seen. Some do. But majority power scalers, for some reason, they never want to put Sanji anywhere that's, like, prestigious. He can't be as good as Zoro. They never make him as good as Zoro, let alone as good as an admiral. That's no way, right? So the fact that an admiral got stopped by him freaked them the fuck out, because they've never put Sanji at admiral level. Admiral levels has always been a thing, and I always thought that was stupid, respectfully. I always thought that was stupid because I was like, we don't even know what they can do. You're making very broad assumptions just because they're admirals, right? I always thought that was really silly, because I was like, we've seen them do like 2 things each. How the fuck can you make an admiral level out of that? I never got that. I just never got that. And then it backfired on them because Kizaru got stopped by Sanji and it freaked them out. It was just crazy. Do power scalers love lore? I can't say I've ever seen lore in the power scaling space. Although I'm not there much, so... Grave, that's why you have people saying, oh, Zoro stole Lucci on purpose. Actually, Zoro could end that fight at any time. He just didn't want to. Like... I'm sorry. I was gonna say, I don't use the word copium. But if I were to use the word copium for anything, it would 100% be that. Because that is insane. That is insane levels of copium, right? Actually, he could end the fight anytime he wanted. He just didn't want to. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I can say that about anybody. Actually, I don't know who fought who. Zoro could have ended the fight with King at any point. He just didn't want to yet. Like... I think it's just so silly. But yeah, that one gets me so bad because it's like, and again, I say this, I do believe Zoro should have been able to take Lucci out. I do. I just believe what happened was he was stuck in his head. Because they say, well, he didn't put on his bandana. He wasn't taking it seriously. And I was like, do you think maybe he didn't put on his bandana because that was a sign of his mental block? That was a sign of how he's kind of walking on eggshells right now? How he seems to have a fear right now? I took it as Zoro didn't put on his bandana because currently he can't get to that level. Because currently he's fucked up. He's fucked up from the fight with King. He's fucked up from the fight with Kaido. And he's fucked up from seeing the Grim Reaper. That's what I interpreted it as. That Zoro currently has a huge mental block. And he's stuck right now. Because now he's kind of scared of dying. And he's kind of scared of going all out. Because that risks dying. Especially against someone like Lucci. But instead they go, oh, he wasn't taking Lucci seriously. Zoro fucking loves his crew. You seriously think Zoro wouldn't take seriously a man who wants to kill his crew? Like, this is not a play fight. That was not a play fight. They were in dire circumstances and you're saying he's not taking him seriously. There's a busticle happening. Zoro knows they have to get off the island. He can feel a powerful haki coming from somewhere. He's clearly worried about said haki, and he's stuck with Lucci. But nah, he just didn't. He just didn't want to end the fight. He was just having a good time. Like, it's insane. And then of course the combination of Zoro did then one-shot Lucci, but he didn't actually, because Jinbei then had to actually end it. Right? He didn't actually manage to end that fight. That was Jinbei. So it's like, it's just like, every time I hear that, like, oh yeah, he was stalling on purpose, he wanted to stall. I was like, Why would he stall in a fight that he can apparently one-shot when it would be beneficial to him, to the crew, to every single thing happening to one-shot Lucci and run if he could do that? It made no sense. It just makes no sense. It just makes no sense. Zoro only has fun with his fights when, like, he doesn't have to be somewhere else. He had to be somewhere else and he knew that. I don't know about same level shit, but I do believe that yes, Zoro should have done better in that fight. But I do believe what happened was he has a mental block. He just has a mental block. I think right now he's very on edge because of what has happened to him through Wano. I think that just fucked him up. He's got the yips, exactly! That's a great way to put it. He's got the yips. I think that's what's happened. The yips is like a sports term, but it can happen to like anyone and anything. It was a baseball term, yeah. Just a baseball term for someone who used to perform very, very well at like sport or baseball. Suddenly they're like fumbling and it's a mental block. It's called the yips. I only know it because of Ace of Diamond. Right? Tsubaki is an Ace of Diamond? That's where I learned it too. It comes up so often because it dominates the community. And I always see a lot of people, they have these ideas of the story. And again, it frustrates me because I can see that it's not the story that they're basing their thoughts around. It's power scaling. Such as, oh, Zoro could have taken Lucci out at any time, he just didn't want to. That is not based in narrative or character. That is purely based in agenda, right? That is purely based in, but my numbers need to make sense. And that's why it comes up all the time. Because it's just a constant and it haunts me. That's the funniest thing that happened ever, I think. Sanji was a beast in Egghead. I know they don't like hearing it, but he was a beast in Egghead. And then Vegapunk died. And it's insane because it feels like, and I say this so respectfully, I do, it feels like a lot of people are frustrated at Zoro being stuck over there with Lucci. So then they go to Sanji and they say, oh my god, he let Vegapunk die. He let Vegapunk die. Don't look at the other side. He let Vegapunk die. That's what feels like is happening. And it's like, so when it came out that Vegapunk asked Sanji to let him die, they got really angry about that because that was the one fumble Sanji had. It was the one fumble Sanji had in Egghead. And apparently it was something that Vegapunk asked for. Not only that, Vegapunk didn't die mentally. His body, his physical body died. Mentally, he did not die. So again, it's a continuous thing of like that one fuck up Sanji had that they could zone in on. It wasn't actually a fuck up, like, and I think that really frustrates them. He did get bitten though, and they do use that as well, that he got bitten. I'll never forget that. He got chomped by an elder and they started making fun of him for that. And I was like, he got chomped by an elder and he stood back up in like seconds. And you're making fun of him? Like, hello? Isn't that insane? He wasn't even like damaged. He just stood back up. And I feel like they start making fun of these things because, again, from what I've noted or noticed, for some reason Sanji in the power scaling space is just very undermined, and I really don't know why. I just don't know why. I don't know why they have such a vendetta against him. But whatever. But yeah, it's like crazy because trying to explain to people, I think Zoro is incredibly powerful. He's supposed to be. I believe that. He just has a mental block. Like, I'm not trying to say, oh, haha, Zoro. I'm trying to say, man, I know he's better than this and something's going on. Best way for Kuma to come back. Apparently, this is weird. Apparently, I was one of the only people that went, yippee, Kuma's coming back. Why are we full of hatred? Oh my god, God forbid I want this little girl who's gone through hell to see her dad again. God forbid I want this father who's gone through hell to be able to live with his daughter again. Why? What is wrong with happiness? Like, no, suffer more. Suffer more. Die. Like, what the fuck? Have we all been reading a different One Piece? I'm just so surprised. This is like saying, actually, Kairos, should have been kept as a toy and died. Like, do you know what I mean? Also, Cooler Man, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I think Zoro was frustrated at what happened in Egghead. I think he's incredibly frustrated. I think he knew his performance was not up to his usual standard. I think he blamed himself partially for what happened on Egghead. And again, a thing with Zoro is when he's upset, he lashes out, he's angry. When Zoro gets upset, he acts like a dickhead. It's happened twice now. So it's like, I just think he got upset and he didn't know how to handle that. Right? And now in Elbaf, he does keep looking for a fight. Like, something's going on. It just feels like he's trying to better himself now, or trying to get out of this rut that I think he's in. Anyways, it'll be so interesting to see what happens if he does take on the Holy Knights, because I'm telling you, people are gonna go, yeah, solo, whatever the fuck. But I'm telling you, he's in a rut. I think it's clear that he's in a rut. So if he takes on the Holy Knights, he's gonna get fucked up. It's not gonna be good. Like, I just don't think good things are gonna happen. But, no, I'm incredibly happy for Kuma to come back. I don't understand the negativity around it. Kuma and Bonnie have both gone through hell. I want them to have a happy ending together. And I'm hoping it's just Lilith is able to help Kuma with her research. I want someone to slap Zoro and say, what are you doing? You are going to be the world's greatest swordsman. Queen never cries, stand the fuck up. The saddest thing is when I talk about this and I have some people going, nah, Zoro's not that deep of a character. Oda's not that deep of a writer. And I'm like, I'm going to kill you. I swear to God. The amount of people that truly believe Zoro is like just a nothing character is unbelievable to me. It's honestly shocking. Like, he's a simple guy, so some people think he's just not written well. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's a simple guy, but he still has a character. No, I'm saying it is on purpose by Oda. He is supposed to be a simple guy. Like, it's good that Zoro is a simple guy. But a lot of people think simple character means they just are not written well. And I'm like, what the fuck? For Kuma, no. Listen, I think what Kuma went through was absolutely abhorrent. Nearly all his life, Kuma was going through some kind of hell. Or he was always giving. Right? What Vegapunk's doing for him, or what Lilith is doing for him, this is the first time someone is giving something back. And it's his humanity. It's his person. All his life, Kuma gave and gave and gave and gave and gave. His soul was literally handed out to people, right? His own humanity was what was handed out to people. And now we are meeting a point where Kuma is the one that needs to be saved. Unlike any other time, now Kuma needs to be saved. And now you have Bonnie wanting to save him, and you have Lilith wanting to help him. Now the two people who he only gave to, he gave his mind to Vegapunk. He gave his life to Bonnie. And now the two people that he gave his mind and life to are now giving that back to him. And again, is that not the point? This is a man who's just gone through abhorrent things. He's gone through hell. Because of the life that he's been through and how he only gives. And now he's finally... that is finally coming back around, and he's now finally being given something. And this is why I'm just shocked at people being mad at Kuma coming back. Because I'm like, why do none of these people who hate Kuma coming back understand One Piece is meant to be a happy story at the end of the day? Right? It is supposed to make you smile. Why the fuck are you seeing Kuma coming back and you're seeing the happiness of a little 12-year-old girl and going, no, like... So you're telling me you'd have a good big smile on your face if he just died? This is just unbelievable to me. I don't get it. I feel like people have missed what One Piece is about, honestly. I think it's because Ace died that one time. And then suddenly everyone needs to die. And it's like... the whole point of that happening with Luffy is Luffy never wants that to happen again. That wasn't set off the mood, now everyone dies. Like, what the fuck? It's just weird to me. Sacrifice. What I don't like about that is the idea that Kuma had to suffer for a bad end, you know what I mean? Because his sacrifice was suffering. Right? And not only that, Vegapunk was hesitant to want to do that as well. He just needed the monies. So it was like... it's just weird to me that it's like, oh, it undoes the suffering. He still suffered. Like... if you break your leg and then your leg heals, have you undone the fact that you broke your leg? You know? Like... no, you still felt that pain. You still broke that bone. Just because it's healed doesn't mean you didn't break your leg. It's bizarre to me. It's just bizarre to me. I don't understand that narrative. Look, once again, when people talk about stuff, we've talked about this so many times, when people talk about stuff like Saul, stuff like Kuma, the thing that irks me is that, well, the suffering had to be for something. And then they call it meaningless suffering. And what really irks me about that is that not kind of the world that Oda is presenting? There is no such thing as a point for suffering. All suffering is meaningless. All this suffering we see in One Piece is meaningless. Just because someone's mentor is alive doesn't mean their suffering, like, wasn't suffering. Do you know what I mean? It's just bizarre to me. Because I think what happens is people have a what if of like, okay, Saul's alive, so Robin did have someone in the world that she could have found, so she suffered for nothing. And it's like, Yeah, she suffered for nothing. What do you think she was suffering for? It confuses me greatly. Yes, she suffered for nothing. No one suffers for anything. Suffering is meaningless. All suffering is meaningless. There is not a single point to suffering. Robin had a fucking horrible life. A horrible life. She had no idea Saul was alive. None. I think there's also the fact that we have the gift of hindsight. In hindsight, now we know Saul's alive. Robin, when she was a little girl, she had no idea. And again, the way I see Saul and Robin is, if Robin didn't continue to live, she never would have found these fantastic things. She never would have found family. She never would have seen the island she's seen. She never would have found the poneglyphs. And she never would have known that Saul was still alive had she given up. And people call it meaningless suffering. And I just don't get it. Because it's like, she suffered and suffered and suffered. And again, for what? That's the point. But through that suffering, she made it through. And if she hadn't, she never would have found out Saul's alive. And I just don't get it. I just don't get the anger from that. I really don't. Like, we can all make a what-if scenario. Right? What if Sanji's mum didn't die? What if the poison that Sanji's mum used, Sora used, worked on all the kids? What if the kids turned against Judge when they were younger? Meaningless suffering. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like to me. But people saying, oh, Saul's alive, so Robin and him could have, like, you know, found each other before. That's a what-if scenario. That's not how One Piece works. That's not how the world works. They were oceans apart. They couldn't get to each other. Robin didn't even know Saul was alive. I just don't get it. They get angry at what-if scenarios. I've said this, and this is why One Piece means so much to me. I used to be like that. I used to think the darker something was, the more depth it has. Oh, it can't be art unless it depicts, like, you know, dark stuff. It has to be, like, edgy. I used to think like that. And then One Piece showed me another way and showed me there is meaning to cheese. There is meaning to joys. There can be deep and powerful meaning to happiness, right? There can be deep meaning to the light at the end of the tunnel that you can find. I used to think, nah, for a good story, like, everyone has to, like, die in the end or something, or, like, people have to suffer by the end. They all have to be suffering. And then I was, like, reading One Piece, and I was like, I cannot tell you how much that changed my own perception of, like, writing and how much meaning there can be to the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think the reason people think that is because in majority of baby stories, right? Majority of baby films or films targeted at kids or shows targeted at kids, it always has a happy ending. So a lot of people think a happy ending is childish. And as I've grown and as I think that, and I didn't even say that, isn't that sad? A happy ending, happiness, that's childish. That is such a depressing way to think, right? Because what Oda does is Oda says, here's how the world works. One Piece is fucked. One Piece's world is fucked. It is realistic in the terms of the oppression, right? Oda says, here's how the world works. And I refuse to let the world tell me I should be depressed to be an adult. That's why Luffy is the way he is, right? And he has that childishness to him. But that's just happiness. That's not childishness, you know? And I love One Piece for that. I love the fact that One Piece says, Oda says, here's how the world works. Fuck it, I will still find joy. I will still find happiness. I don't care if happiness seems immature. I don't care if a happy ending seems childish. I will find that happiness in this kind of world. I think that's beautiful. I never thought of it like that before. So it's like so many people see One Piece's happiness and happy endings as childish. And I just see it as, wow, what an inspiring message. God damn it, I can be happy as an adult. I don't have to go through any kind of like grumpiness or darkness to have to be considered serious and mature. I can be happy and be mature. It's just crazy to me. Anyways, I love One Piece. Every time I tell you guys, I cannot tell you how much One Piece has changed my perception on like writing and also like my life and the world. I'm serious. This is what I'm talking about. It's truly, truly changed my perception on things, on so many things. Yeah. Hi, Bobbing! You want to jump up? Bobbing, say hi. Bobbing! Jump up! Bobbing! Come on. You're mine now. You fool! You've made a mistake. Oh, big purse. She's so cute when she wants to be. Mwah. Boop the snoot. Do, 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 do. Cat break. No more bobbing. Look at your beans. Alright, off you go. Sorry, Bob. This music's making me sleepy. I don't read any other long-running series, no. Well, what do you define as long-running series? God, I genuinely think the two medias that have impacted, like, me, my person, my thoughts, have been One Piece and BoJack Horseman. They have both impacted me to such insane extents. Because there's another line in BoJack Horseman where the character Todd, he's talking to his stepfather, and his stepfather says, "The world is harsh, and I wanted to prepare you for that." And Todd says, "Not my world." And I think about that so much. Because that's very One Piece. The world is harsh, not my world. That's something Luffy would say, right? Doo-doo-doo. Favorite BoJack episode? The dementia episode of BoJack's mum. I really like Beatrice. Like, I don't think she's like a good person or anything. But, the way they wrote her was just phenomenal. Also, of course, you know, the fears, especially of her time, you know, the woman fears of like, she had so much potential, so much intelligence, so much she wanted to do. And then she's suddenly stuck with a baby and a man who doesn't care about her, and it turned her cruel. And it's just, whew, that was rough. I did stream the chapter review a lot later because I just felt a bit off and I kind of wanted to sleep more. All right. I think I'm gonna end it here because I'm so tired for some reason. This is a shorter stream than usual. Sorry for that, but I'm way too eeped. I'm way too eeped. I think I'm just exhausted for some reason. So, thank you everyone for joining. I appreciate it as always. I will be back tomorrow to stream some more editing. This is my job, so this is what I gotta do. And yeah, thank you everyone for sticking around. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the conversations and all that. And it was a good chapter. That shit was a good chapter. Alright, let me get in my box. Alright, thank you everyone. I'll see you tomorrow for more streaming. Sorry, no Mario Party. I'm just too tired. And yeah, see you for editing. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.